1 full year. They were experiencing the same pleasure as Yashoda and Nanda. So Balaram could understand exactly what happened. And Krishna confirmed it. Balaram understood Krishna. For this, it's almost been a full year. And every day since my birthday, I'm going out with all the calves and all the cowherd boys. And even I didn't know that they're all you. Krishna said, yes. It's me. Balaram was struck with wonder. And a few days later, again it was his birthday. 6th birthday. He stayed back. And Brahma came back to see what happened. And he saw all the cowherd boys, all the calves, they're all playing with Krishna. He was thinking, how is it possible? They're in the cave sleeping, but at the same time I see them here. So he went back to the cave. And they were still sleeping. And he was going back and forth. He became completely bewildered. Is it that every time I go back to the cave, Krishna takes them and brings them here, and then whenever I go here, they brings them there? Or how is this possible? Brahma has 4 heads. He's looking in all 4 directions. Brahma Vimohan, he's completely bewildered. He doesn't understand what is happening. How is it that everything's the same after what I did? Then Krishna wanted to increase Brahma's bewilderment. Suddenly, right before Lord Brahma's eyes, every calf and every little boy takes the form of Vishnu, with 4 arms holding the symbols of Lord Vishnu. Then Brahma can't even blink his eyes anymore. He completely is blanked out. It's completely, totally beyond his comprehension. What is happening? Then suddenly everything disappears and all that's left is Gopal, Krishna. Exactly as he was 1 year before, all alone with a little piece of yogurt and fruit salad in his hand, innocently looking for his calves. Brahma realizes he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He comes down on his swan carrier and puts his head on the feet of Lord Gopal. At that moment, he sees Vrindavan. The Brahma Samhita was written according to the vision he received. It wasn't until his ego was completely transcended and he surrendered his heart fully that he could actually see Vrindavan as it is. He saw every grain of dust to be Chintamani, more precious than the jewels of Vaikuntha. All the trees to be desired trees, Kalpabriksha. He saw each cow to be Surabhi, Kamadhenu. He saw the water as nectar. The sweetness of Krishna's flute everywhere. Brahma surrendered with tears pouring from all of his eyes. And he offered beautiful prayers of humility, seeking shelter of Krishna's grace. And Krishna didn't say a word. According to the acharyas, Krishna was in the role of a little cowherd boy, thinking, who is this Brahma? He's such a big person. Why is he bowing to me? I'm just a little cowherd boy looking for my calves. So after Brahma surrenders, he gets on his swan carrier and returns to his abode. And at that time, all of Krishna's friends and all the little calves, they manifested themselves again exactly where they were when Krishna was looking for them. Krishna found all the calves in the forest and brought them all to the riverbank. And when all the calves came back to the riverbank, all the boys, they started laughing and calling out, Krishna, you have returned so soon. You just left hardly a moment ago to find the calves. How did you find them all so soon? We haven't been eating anything because we were waiting for you to return. So now let us have prasad together. And Krishna laughed and they enjoyed prasad. Now when they returned to Vrindavan, they were singing beautiful poetic songs of how today Krishna killed the demon Aghasura. Interesting, on the way back from the cowherd pasture, they saw the body of Aghasura all dried up. But it didn't really cross their mind what happened. But it was 1 year later. And Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami, how is this possible? After 1 year, they were telling the Brajavasis about the killing of Aghasura. And none of the Brajavasis even knew that for that 1 year, Krishna took the form of their son. And just after that, Krishna and Balaram entered into their 6th year. That's the Poganda Lila. The Gopas, headed by Upananda, Nanda Maharaj, Sunanda, Abhinanda, Nandan, they decided to give Krishna and Balaram the role of taking care of the cows, the full-grown cows. And it was on the 8th day of the waxing moon of the month of Kartik, Gopastami, that Krishna and Balaram took charge of the cows. And they would go into the pasture, and every type of game they would play. They would decorate themselves with leaves and the minerals of Vrindavan, flowers, peacock feathers. They would take fruit, the cowherd boys, and throw the fruit in the air, and then they'd take another piece of fruit and try to hit that other fruit in the air. And if they did it, everyone would cheer and celebrate. They would play hide and seek. They would make little bridges to cross the rivers. They would make little boats to cross the Yamuna. Krishna would imitate the dancing of peacocks, the singing of the cuckoos. One day Krishna told Balaram that all these trees are bowing down to you, and the bees are actually great sages. And they're tasting the nectar of the sweetness of your glories by following behind you and buzzing the Vedic hymns. And the peacocks are dancing for you. And the birds are singing for you. They are all celebrating you, Balaram. And as they would play, Balaram would get tired. And he'd lay his head on another cowherd boy's lap like a pillow. Krishna would personally massage Balaram's feet, fan him with leaves from the forest, bring him water. At other times, Krishna would get tired, and the gopas would do the same for him. This way they would spend their days playing and herding the cows in the forests of Vrindavan. And the first demon that's recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam that was liberated after they took charge of the cows, I'll tell the story. One day as they're playing Sridama, Subala, Stoka, Krishna, they approach Krishna and Balaram and say, "Oh Balaramji, you are so strong. And Krishna, you're so wonderful." Close by there is a forest named Talavan. There's very, very tall trees. And from these trees there are fruits that are so sweet we can smell the aroma of them right now, but nobody is allowed to eat them because some associate of Kamsa named Denuka, powerful demon, has assumed the form of an ass. And his friends, they have also assumed gigantic ass forms. They are so cruel.